Let's go. Coming up the hill into turn 1, braking just after the 100-meter board.
Bring the car over to the right to open up turn 2 and 3. You can really attack the curb on this year's game.
For people who may not know a lot about esports, can you talk about Oracle Red Bull Racing's involvement in esports?
Oracle Red Bull Racing has a sim racing team that competes in a variety of games, varying from iRacing to Assetto Corsa to the F1 game. They are essentially mirroring real life in a simulation. The latest findings from EA were that the F1 game is their third best-selling game. So sim racing is growing.
Esports is truly for everybody, which is what we really try to emphasize. As in, you can grab the controller, you can grab the PC, you can get a sim rig if you'd like. You can definitely get as close as possible to being in a real life car through sim racing. And again, the accessibility is unbeatable. You can jump into the F123 game and put down a lap and compare your times to real life racers like Sergio Perez or Max Verstappen. And it's about having fun and just learning.
It makes the sport a lot more accessible for fans who may not be able to ever go to a race. It's a really easy entry point into the sport. The benefit that brings is allowing people to engage with the team and be a part of the Formula One team without ever having to fork out a lot of money to have to go to a Formula One race.
Esports, like the rest of the world, is going through a data revolution. And like live racing, it depends on a lot of data to improve the race experience. Can you talk about how that's happening a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So our sim racing team, since last season, has implemented the Oracle dashboard that has enhanced our ability to measure and analyse our drivers' performance beyond any realm we thought was possible before.
How fast is data streaming in from the race simulator?
Every second, 150,000 data points are streaming from those rigs to the dashboard, and then sort of showcased and delivered in a very easy to read format for our engineers at the team. Drivers can then compare themselves in a way that is so quick and easy, which saves them time, which makes them faster, quicker, which shows where they're going wrong quicker, and then allows them to formulate a strategy in the actual race themselves based on data, which is remarkable. Like I've mentioned, it's something that we never did previously. Sim racing itself hasn't ever really had a tool this advanced or like this. It is revolutionary in what we thought was possible with sim racing.
How do Oracle technologies help you collect and manage this data?
Thanks to the ARM processors that can be sort of upgraded in real time, it allows us to collect large data packets incredibly quickly, whether the driver is in Finland or in the arena right here all together. And because of the power of that technology, it basically means that we can operate remotely, and then the fact that that can be scaled up to allow people at home to upload their own data to compare themselves against drivers. Without Oracle, that would not be possible.
Where does machine learning and AI fit into the picture?
I think for me, this is personally the most exciting part of what this technology, thanks to Oracle, allows us to do. Drivers previously have had to tirelessly put hours and hours and hours into these simulations in order to try and find the best setups for them, the quickest, because we're talking literally tenths, hundredths of seconds that separate first and fifth, say, on the grid. What AI and machine learning tools, thanks to OCI, allow us to do is run hundreds of simulations all at one time for that driver based on their driving style to help them find setups that work best for them according to that track. So from my perspective, it's like having hundreds and hundreds, basically, copies of our driver all going at one time, which is incredible. That saves them hundreds of hours.
How close do you think sim racing comes to a real Formula One racing experience?
Everything looks the same, and I have to say, of course, lately the graphics are unbelievable. Plus the fear probably of the high-speed corners in real life when you go through them. Of course, for me it's natural, it's normal. But if you crash and hit the wall, it hurts, and they have to rebuild the car. So this is always in the back of your mind. Where in the simulator, when you hit the wall, it doesn't hurt normally, and you can press restart and go again. You know, when I'm sim racing, I'm doing the same thing as what I'm doing in real life. You go and look into the data, you look at what can I do better. Can I look after my tires a bit better because of your steering inputs, your braking inputs, your throttle inputs. Then once you've understood these kind of things, then you start going into strategy, because sim racing is exactly the same as real life. And you know, if you're doing an F1 style race or an endurance race, there's a lot of strategy that comes into play. You have to change tires, you have to deal with traffic. You have to come up with a, let's say, perfect strategy. And how do you do that is about testing a lot of different possibilities, you know. So those kind of things are all basically the same. And that's why I enjoy sim racing, because when I'm home in my off season of F1, I'm continuously still doing the same thing, but I might be driving a GT car or like a prototype car. But your brain, like, you're still firing in the same way, and that's what I like.
Do you think there's a world in which a sim driver could come into Formula One in real life?
It's very tough, but in my future projects, I want to at least give them an opportunity to race a real car with potentially GT cars and maybe move into endurance. But again, that might open the door to so many other opportunities as well.
Oracle Red Bull Racing is releasing data about how Max and Checo drive on these virtual laps, the braking, the throttling, the shifting. That's unheard of in Formula One, where even esports data is closely guarded. Why are you doing that?
Firstly, it allows fans to feel closer to the team. It's so accessible, but it also allows fans to compare themselves against two of the best drivers in the world. Why do that? Well, we've got the tool, we want to showcase how great it is, and I think that you are sort of bringing fans into the team in a way that no other team does and can. And I think the tool that's been created by Oracle is incredible. It's just a snapshot of how we use it as an esports team. The goal is to bring as many people into Oracle Red Bull Racing as possible and make them feel part of the team in a way that they've never been able to before.
The future of esports, I mean, I think the accessibility and popularity is growing. With the virtual world, we can also gather the data, extrapolate that data, and learn from it. I think we're going to find some real talent, some potential that we haven't seen before.
From our experience, we've found that the incredible depth and breadth of data that working with Oracle has provided us with, it's allowed us to create actionable insights based off reliable data in a way that we've never done before, and that has created efficiencies, increased our performance, and created new pathways for people into motorsport.
Hey, did you like what you learned? Make sure to check out this video or this link, and of course, subscribe now.